Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Coffee with Kem and Hiddle. Mm-hmm. Yep, we're here. We made it. As in halfway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As in, we're always really excited about this day every single week.
Yeah. Well, I think it's more Friday.
Okay, true. But still.
Well,
Wednesdays, you're almost there. Yeah. Thursdays, you're even closer.
Monday, you're like trucking up. And then you get to Wednesday, and then it's like, weekend. That's how I see it. I see things in visuals, like patterns and pictures.
The bell curve is what you've seen.
Yes.
You're seeing there.
Not in numbers, which is funny because this is a financial
but you're learning
morning show, which, yes. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this because I am learning. I'm learning with everyone, hopefully.
It is amazing how much just over the course of doing this, how much I've learned as well.
No, oh my God.
It's really great.
I can't believe how much knowledge I'm interjecting in conversations with like my family and people. I'll be like, oh, well, actually, we covered this article and like, honestly, all the time. It's crazy.
I love it.
I know, even cryptocurrency. I got in a conversation with like my sister and my brother-in-law about cryptocurrency the other day, and they were like,
and what about the metaverse?
How do you know all about this? I was like, ROITV. And the metaverse. I try and steer clear of the metaverse.
We'll get there. It'll be fine. We'll get there.
Cut to me with one of the masks on and like, I love it. Give it time, everyone. I was really into Sonic with my Sega Genesis when I was a kid, so
Super Mario Brothers.
Huge jump to the metaverse,
right?
But you know what I mean?
You know, it's fine. You can make it, right?
I never even graduated to like a PlayStation or like a Wii or whatever, all those. I like the old school.
Like Super Nintendo was my jam.
Yeah.
And then by the time Nintendo 64 came out, I was like, no.
No, it's not cool anymore.
Mm-hmm. Well, I just like didn't have the coordination.
That too.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
The joystick in the middle thing.
You have to be willing to evolve with like the new technology. And the thing is that like you learn how to do the thing and then you're like, I don't want to learn how to do the thing again. I'm comfortable with the way I'm doing the thing.
Yeah. And then Super Nintendo was like the best.
Yeah. I know. Sega Genesis, I can navigate like no one's business. Give me Sonic 2. I'll beat it. I will. I'll beat you in it. I'm really good at it.
Ooh, all right.
Oh yeah, I'll take you down.
I like it.
I will. My sister and I are like experts. Just saying. Well, we've got a fun hot topic today that we're going to dive into, but it is also Healthy Wealthy Wednesday, our favorite day of the week.
Yep.
Financial wellness is at the forefront of importance right now when we're experiencing all of these financial woes that we're experiencing at the moment. So,
the financial anxieties that are happening.
Or financial opportunities.
Yeah.
We can see them as financial opportunities too, right?
There we go. We're reframing it.
Yeah.
That's what they tell you to do in therapy, right? Is to
reframe how we're looking at this. So our first topic is from Yahoo Money. 7 steps to improve your credit score right now, which is a great time right now to do that because credit scores can help you get things at a lower cost.
Yes. Your credit is very important. And I think the higher your credit score, the lower your interest rate can be, which then saves you money in the long term.
Yes.
So improving your credit score doesn't happen all at once, but it happens over time.
Yeah.
And I think that this article had some really great tips on what you can, action items to work on in order to improve your credit.
Yes. So, number 1, pay your bills on time, folks.
This seems like
obvious.
Yes. That's the good word for it.
Hopefully people aren't purposefully not paying their bills on time. But if you can pay your bills on time because a lender obviously wants to see a payment history that looks good.
Yes. And I think one of the things that we talked about on Healthy Wealthy Wednesdays is setting up automatic payments if you can, or setting reminders in your calendar or on your phone, however you do that, so that you remember to pay your bills on time.
Yeah, I think automatic payments are like a godsend. I think it's the way to go. Like if I didn't have that, no bills would be paid.
I have a reminder in my calendar to pay my credit card bills every month because I like to look at what is on there.
Credit
and
card
what
bills,
is,
I get that with credit card bills.
But like the automatic ones where they're going to be the same every single month, like those ones I just try and put on automatic so that it's just like done.
Yeah, like utility bills and things like that. You know what I mean? Your cell phone bill, stuff like that. It's very helpful.
Your internet.
Okay, so keep your credit utilization rate low. Okay, so as in try to not use too much available credit. Just because it is there doesn't mean it should all be used.
So I think that this is really an interesting, I learned something that you should be, I thought that the number was 30% of your credit is what you could/should be using up to, but they actually recommended 10%.
Yeah.
Which
got to reel it in there.
Yeah, you definitely have to reel it in, I guess. And the fewer the points, the higher the credit score is. And the highest FICO scores typically had a 7% utilization.
So even lower than 10%.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm scared of credit cards, so I kind of live in that world anyway. I've always had like a little bit of a, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I do like getting the points.
I love the points.
I know the points are great, and they build your credit if you pay it off. But
right.
Yeah, I think I've just been out of fear, like living in within this percentage anyway. You know?
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Sweet.
And we'll get into it too, is they're making sure that you have that ratio, right? So maybe you are spending more on your credit cards, but you might open a new card, but you don't use it as much, or you don't use your old card as much, but you're using your new one because it has better points. So you have more credit available,
right?
But you're still only using the same amount, which is getting to that 10% balance.
Yes. Yes. So many things to consider. Number 3, leave old accounts open. Y'all. I didn't learn this the hard way, but someone I know very well did. My beautiful husband. He had, when we first met, he had like so many credit cards open. It was crazy town. I was like, what is happening? But then he paid them all off. And that's always exciting when you pay off all of your credit cards, right? And it was exciting. And in that excitement, he went and he just closed them. And it totally affected his credit score. So when we were going to buy a house, we were like, oh, and we found out that mine was fantastic because I was living within that 10% unknowingly, so I can't give myself that much credit.
It's fine. You can take all the credit. It's fine.
Yeah, take credit where credit's due. Okay. So yeah, we used my credit score to keep our interest rate down, which really in the long run, it helps a lot if you add up. Like it really does. So take these tips.
Yeah, I had my first credit card that I opened. I don't use very often, but it doesn't have an annual fee, and I leave it open. And I use it like once or twice a month just so that there is something on it. But I had heard this many years ago, and my husband and I were going through our credit cards and consolidating them and trying to figure out, because we did have a couple that had large annual fees associated with them. We're like, do we both need this card where we're both paying $300 a year just to get the points, et cetera, et cetera?
Right.
And I was very adamant. I was like, I'm keeping my oldest credit card open. And then I was like, we made the decision that one of us was going to keep this one card and the other one was going to keep the other card. And I was like, fine. But what I did was those two credit cards were both with the same credit card company.
Oh, that's lucky.
And so what I did when I closed the one card, I asked for a higher credit limit on the one that I was keeping open.
Oh,
so I didn't lose as much credit, even if I left. I know. Even though I did lose like the credit history of paying all of that on my credit report, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But at least I still kept some of the credit available.
Which a big factor is your credit history. You want them to be able to look at what you've been doing.
Yes, you do, especially if you're paying your bills on time.
Yes, you want them to see that,
student loans that you're paying on time, car loans, those sort of things. You want them to be seeing those paid on time.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I'm learning something. I hope you're learning something. But we're going to take a quick commercial break and then come back and learn some more. See you in a sec. Welcome back, everyone. All right, we're going to dive right back into 7 steps to improve your credit score right now. This is from Yahoo Money. We're on number 4 of the 7 steps, and it is to take advantage of score boosting programs. So there's Experian Boost and Ultra FICO are programs that allow consumers to boost thin credit profile with other financial information.
Right. So if you're either starting out on your credit history or maybe you're later to the game,
right,
or you haven't had great credit history with credit cards, but you've had some other good credit, the Experian Boost allows you to add either or both your online banking profile, and you can also apply telecommunications and utility bills to the overall credit. So when somebody's pulling your credit and they're looking at if you're going to pay your bills on time, they're seeing that you're paying those utilities on time.
Oh, see, that's great. That gives you some extra options on top of just maybe your credit card history.
Yes.
Which is key, especially if you made the mistake of closing credit cards
exactly
that show your beautiful payment history. At least it gives those lenders something to look at, right? And they're like, okay, they're capable, they're capable, they're paying their bills on time, they've got money in the bank, they're good candidates.
Yes, they're good candidates for this.
All right, number 5, only apply for credit you need.
I think this is probably one of the more important tips on here.
Yes.
I mean, they're all important. Pay your bills on time is like probably the most important.
Right.
But this is very high up there.
Yeah. And actually, I didn't know this. When you apply for a new credit line, there's a hard inquiry and a soft inquiry. Soft inquiries, safer. Hard inquiries, not so great, all right? So when you apply for a new line of credit, a hard inquiry is pulled on your account, which temporarily lowers your credit score. So therefore, avoid applying just to see if you get approved. That's really important.
Yes.
And a string of hard inquiries could signal to a lender that you are taking on too much debt. So, I didn't really, maybe I just didn't know the words used for it. Hard inquiry.
Hard inquiry. And it's temporary, but it's definitely a red flag for certain lenders. And I think that the article also mentions that it can last up to 12 months on your credit history when you have these hard inquiries. So to make sure when you're applying, say it's a new credit card, do you need it, or can you ask your current credit card for additional credit on that card?
Right.
If you're looking for something that has more points, are you possibly pre-qualified or pre-approved?
Yes.
Because that might be able to help you. Same with if you're looking for a house and you not obviously, but you will be checking your credit, and so the lender will be checking your credit most likely. To get a pre-qualification or pre-approval for a loan,
that's a really
where
good
it's a
tip.
Soft pull versus the hard pull.
Right.
So
I
I
want
think
to avoid hard pulls.
hard pulls. Yep.
Okay.
Exactly.
Number 6, be patient. That's just hard in general, isn't it?
It is.
Credit scores won't improve overnight. You need to develop good long-term habits, because as we've learned, it's your credit history that tells the lender that you're a good candidate for them to lend money to, right?
Yes.
So it does take time. And that's the funny thing, like your first time getting a credit card, isn't it? It's like the lose-lose situation you're in, because it's like, you can't get a credit card without credit, but you don't have credit without a credit card. So you're like, how do I get a credit card?
Right. Yeah. And then you get hopefully...
And someone takes a chance on you, right?
Somebody takes a chance.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a bank that you've been working with for a very long time. That's how I got my first credit card, was I just went to my bank. I was like so nervous and I was so scared. I was like, oh. And the guy was like, yeah, here's your credit card.
You're going to love this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So number 7, monitor your credit. Of course, though, when you check your credit, it is considered a soft pull, which is better.
Yes.
But I was kind of, they said to monitor every few months, which surprised me. I thought that was pretty frequent, actually.
Yeah, I think so. With the pandemic, you can actually pull it weekly if you choose. And if it's something that you're working on actively, or you are planning to buy a house sometime soon and you do want to improve your credit so your interest rates are lower.
But as we know, it takes time.
It takes time, but you could see, maybe something's fallen off.
Sure.
When I pulled my credit for buying a house, the lender was like, you have this medical bill from 3 years ago. And I was like, what?
Oh.
And so I had to go get that taken care of, and then they had to pull it again because
they find everything.
I was like, I never got a bill for this.
I know. That's the funny thing about it.
And I was like, sure, I'll pay it. It was like, I think $30. And I was like, really?
That's lucky. Really? At least it was $30.
Yeah, exactly.
As we've talked about, hospital bills can be very expensive.
Exactly. I think it was probably a co-payment that somehow just didn't make it into my inbox or something like that.
Yep.
Stupid. Very stupid.
They'll find it.
But had I done a better job of monitoring my own credit, I would have found that ahead of time.
Right. And you wouldn't have had to have done all of the legwork after the fact.
Exactly.
Totally.
And I think the other thing, as you're monitoring it, to check for mistakes and or things that might have slipped through the cracks. If your bills don't always make it to your house, or, these days half your bills are online and half are sent in paper and some are sent just in email. And
totally. You have like medical portals that now you can check, and sometimes you'll be like, wait, I didn't know about this because I didn't receive anything in the mail. And they're like, oh, we don't send it in the mail. It's through this now. And I know. I know.
Yeah. It's
like we're in this transitional period of everything becoming digital, but we're not quite there yet.
Exactly.
Personally and actively. It's just... all right. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but we will be right back with Healthy Wealthy Wednesday. Welcome back, everyone. It's your favorite day of the week because it's... That's my drum roll. My 15-month-old does that better than me. It's Healthy Wealthy Wednesday. Take it away, Hillary.
Well, we have just been talking about your credit. It is something we have talked about on Healthy Wealthy Wednesday before.
Yes.
So today's Healthy Wealthy Wednesday tip is to check your credit score.
There you go.
And monitor it. I think, it's probably, if you have done it already this year, it's probably been a few months. There's also the possibility you might not have done it recently. And so check to see where you're at. Yep. Make sure that your ratio, now that you know the ratio of your utilization should be around 10%.
Yes.
Are you staying within that?
Yep.
And also check to see if there's anything on there that you need to either take care of or that is a mistake. I think a lot of people find out that their identity has been stolen because they check their credit score and there's things on there that they're like, I don't own these 7 credit cards and own a house in,
Oh, you're sending me spiraling right now. But I think my identity been stolen.
But I think that's one of the reasons why it's an important thing to check it every few months.
Yeah.
And today is the day to check it.
Yes, it is today. Today is the day to check it. Okay.
She'll report back.
I'll get back to you on that. All right.
Tomorrow.
I'm like, someone's living as me.
And who wouldn't want to?
Oh, plenty of people, I'm sure. All right. Love the tip. Love the tip. Needed that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just got my back. And I'm here to remind you not to miss today's episodes of Estate Planning 101, the blockchain interviews, the business of, and Root Financial. You can catch them all on ROI TV, as always, where?
On Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or on your iPad or phone, whether it's Android or Apple. And we're now available on Distro TV, so you can check us out there.
We just wanted to add more to the list that she has to repeat every day on the show. You're doing a great job with that.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for joining us on another episode of Coffee with Kim and Hills. We'll see you tomorrow, Thursday.
Yay!
For another big old cup of coffee.